Alright, welcome. It's episode 12. Only 12. And I have a special guest with me here today.
Hey.
Back. Welcome back to the show.
Rocky Side Radio. How you doing?
And you want to introduce yourself?
JohnBlaze. What's good?
This is the person who's here. I'm not here. JohnBlaze is here.
Hey, you're also a special.
I'll take it.
Special co-host.
JohnBlaze is here.
Welcome. Glad you're here.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
A little bit about you. Do you want to give a little bit of your background? In case you don't know.
I mean, you know, Arizona DJ, you know, mixtapes, club. I did the club circuit. Respect the Underground.
He does everything.
Being part of Respect the Underground, I helped start Respect the Underground and the Arizona Hip Hop Festival. I was a part of Radio Super for a long time, doing local shows and interviews with tons of artists. I pretty much worked with almost every artist in the city, and you know, now part
so
of
everyone knows who you are.
I'm just, you know, trying to do my thing.
Yeah. And when did you guys first meet? Because you guys know each other for a minute.
Man, 2010. That's when I first sent you music.
Probably. Yeah.
Fall of 2010.
And he was like trash.
No, absolutely not. No, I was dope. I was dope. I'm gonna hold my.
Rocky's, I'm gonna say it like this, Rocky is one of the most incredible MCs I've ever witnessed in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we actually had a chance to work together as far as he'd come to the house and record. I'm not even an engineer, you know what I'm saying? But we were, I had it set up and, you know, we had it in the closet, you know what I mean? The mic in the closet.
Yeah. So
he'd come once a week and knock out 2-3 records.
So what we're doing is this thing called the podium, where we would take like the subject matter, like news and current events, and make that.
That's your specialty.
Yeah.
That's why I like your.
I wouldn't even watch the news for the week. I would just wait for Rocky to come over and he would literally tell me about everything that's going on, like from like Obama and like things going on across the world. I'm like, wow, that happened?
Yeah.
Wow. And he would put it in the song, and he was incredible.
Can you bring that back, like in a freestyle?
We should do that.
Oh,
we've been talking. He's been trying to get me to do that for years. I need to do
that's cake for him. That's cake.
We're gonna do that.
All right. Well, let's execute that idea.
Yeah.
So Icon Radio.
Yeah.
How long has that been around?
Icon Radio's been around for about 2 years.
It's crazy how big it is, like in the hip hop community, but it's an online radio show. Like it's so big for an online radio show, which is amazing. Not to like downplay that it's just an online radio show, but like it's so notable. Yeah.
So like Rocky knows I was doing online radio for over 10 years and had my own show where I focus on playing, you know, new hip hop, the records that don't get played on radio, you know, mixtape stuff, street music, and then I mix in the local stuff that I was getting and doing and working with. And it became the point where it's just so much where like I'm like I can't do one show a week, even for 3 hours. So I got an arsenal library of just Arizona music, and I'm like, yo, we need to start a station. You know what I'm saying? So now Icon Radio is a 24/7 app-based, you know, internet. It's free app, iPhone, Android, and 24/7 quality independent music.
That's dope. And how do you deal with submissions? What do you do? What's the best way to turn my music in?
Well, first you gotta send the MP3. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things. This is a great interview.
How do we get?
So if you're an artist,
play my track.
All right. So check this out. Your record got to be hot. If it's trash, you know what I mean?
Will you tell me it's trash?
I may not tell you, but you may not. You're not gonna hear it.
Are you gonna be like, thank you for your submission? We will contact you.
Thank you for your submission. You know, we'll try to get some of the feedback. No, but
don't call us. We'll call you.
Yeah, I do make it a point to listen to everything that gets sent to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you have time for that?
I try to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe once a week, or I'll spend like 30 minutes to an hour. Sometimes on a Sunday, if I'm just chilling, you know what I mean? I'll try to get as much. You know, and literally, I'll be lucky to find one for every 7, 8, 10 records. You know what I'm saying? It's just decent. You know what I'm saying? But now, man, like I hear it in the first 2 seconds. Like if your record is not mixed right.
I was about to say you probably listened to it and even took the time to get it mixed right.
And also you can tell by without listening to it. I can tell just by your email the way you present it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just send a track that says like I got one today that was like final mix 1.
Bars.
And then like the email was like a government named Jonathan Vasquez or something, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, number 1, what's your artist name? 2, what's the name of the song? And 3, like where can we find you online? You know, even if it's good, I'll take time to respond. But if not, you know what I mean? All right, thank you. But on to the next.
So come polite. Come correct. Make sure everything looks
presentable,
good.
Man.
Yeah, because I've had people like hit me up like, what's happening? And I'm like, you know, I was like, okay,
Like,
you know, I get it, I get it, and then they'll like send me their links and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very copy paste.
You can tell a dope record or a potential for one just the way it's presented, because they'll have, you know, the clean version, which is very important, especially if they're trying to get, you know, a station like this.
Yeah.
They'll have, you know, the artwork with it, and they'll have all the contact information. They might have a video link to it, SoundCloud link, something where I can go see more.
A little press package.
Yeah, it's easy, it's free, you know what I mean? It's an email, you know what I mean? So
sit down for an hour and type
yeah,
it.
if you don't have that and the record's really dope, I'll ask. I'll be like, yo, like, what's up? Who are you? What's your IG? Go from there. You know what I'm saying? But if the record's trash, it's trash. I'm not playing. So,
I mean, you just have to be ready to accept a no, anyways. You know, it's a numbers game.
I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one of the things about Icon Radio. Like, no disrespect to any other online radio that supports independent music, or any station that supports independent music. The records we play and support, especially in rotation, are hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your record's decent, I might give it a go and see how people react, or how, you know what I mean, how it fits. But if it's something that's going to go in rotation and in competition with everything outside of Arizona, because now we got artists from outside of Arizona hit me up every day.
Yeah.
Florida, New York, Canada, San Diego, LA, Colorado has a show on Icon Radio, New Mexico. So like the Southwest as a whole, you know what I mean? Now we have a show that's going to be starting soon out of Atlanta. So now I'm excited to see Atlanta.
Wow. Wow. So Arizona needs to step it up.
Oh yeah.
You need to step it up.
Are you kidding me?
No,
This guy's like this guy's a wake up show legend over here.
I'll take that.
How long have you been DJing? Did you do that before, like you started hosting?
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of cool? Or what do you like more, DJing or hosting?
Man, it was two, you know what I mean? Two things I love to do separately, but kind of all just blended into one thing. But I love to DJ. Like, a lot of people see me with the radio stuff. They saw me on mixtapes. They never saw me in the club, you know what I mean? Or like, I mean, I rock clubs. I love to DJ. Like, I really love being behind the turntables. But you know, that brought this, you know what I'm saying? And so many other opportunities. So it's like, I love to DJ. I've been DJing since, what year is it, 18? I would say probably over 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attest for this too. Like, you know, brothers really like in the club spinning like hot records from individuals who are out here. You know, like really homegrown, like art and talent and things of that nature. So I really respect that.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm gonna put it like this. This is crazy because I don't ever get to say this because I don't ever get interviewed. You know, I'm always the one on your side.
Tell you what's up.
But I've been supporting Arizona hip hop, or independent music, especially in Arizona, for a long time, at least over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Where my opportunities, where I was in the clubs, if the record was hot, I would break that record in the club. I would drop the Arizona record in the club. No DJs were doing it, and DJs today still aren't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I will say this: there's more DJs now supporting Arizona music than ever. So salute to them, but it's very hard to get an Arizona record spun in a club because, for one, there's only a couple of hip-hop clubs in Arizona.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? In Scottsdale. So, like, you know, that's hard enough as it is. But at the time, I remember I played a Trey Gutter record. You know what Trey Gutter?
Yeah.
I broke a record in the club. It was like 2009. Hot record. He was coming through. He had bottles. He was doing a big release album project. And I remember the promoter at Club PHX was like, yo,
Wow.
shut it down. What are you doing? Turn it off. I'm like, yo, this shit is hot.
Yeah.
Like, this record is hot. What are you doing? Like, this is homegrown street record, and it's dope. And he's about to walk in, and he has 4 bottles right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the promoter didn't like it. Told me to play the Rick Ross DMF for the 4th time. And I never got hired after that again. So,
So it's time to create your own brand.
I don't. Yeah. So I don't like to say that I was blackballed from the Arizona hip hop nightlife scene, but you know, it is what
Why
it
do
is.
you think DJs are more open to that now? Do you think it's because they get to piggyback on the rap? Like, you know what I'm
Because
saying? Like, their fans become, like, you know, if I'm a hip hop artist and you play my track, like, my fans are your fans now.
It's trendy now. Hip hop, Arizona hip hop is trendy. I remember 10 years ago, it was a joke. Not that the artists were a joke, but people outside of Arizona hip hop looking in looked at it as a joke. Like, oh, you're a local rapper? You'll never make it. Music's whack. I was one of the very few that was like, yo, hold on, there's a few here that are popping. Like, we had artists do their thing, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. but everybody was over here, over there. You had your Mega Rams, you had Willie, you know, at the time, C Thug, and you know what I'm saying. Everyone's a lot of guys were making moves over 10 years ago, but there was never somebody to put it all together, put it on mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
Even platforms,
right.
Stuff.
So like I kind of ran with that lane, whereas other DJs didn't really see it benefit them the way I did. Because
and now it benefits them.
I mean, more than it was for sure. Because now, like, look, we got so many dope artists. You know what I'm saying? Like every day there's a new artist. You know what I mean? Futuristics, the natural artist, Avita Rula. You got guys getting signed. Rand traveling the world, and like there's dope music here. And now we have the Arizona Hip Hop Festival. We have platforms like this. We have Beat Locker. We have you know, other stations that support more than ever. And like it's cool now. I remember when it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people can check my resume all the way to, you know, over 10 years ago. Check, go on Dap Hip. Look at the mixtapes I did, the artists I worked with. Like we really built. Yo, I don't even remember my password. I tried to get in the other day, and I was like, damn it. How do you get in?
I want to see your favorite mixtapes. I remember waiting for Rolling Papers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember waiting.
I used to like wait for DJ Arms' mixtapes. You know the ones with
the instrumental.
Yeah, the instrumental. Yeah.
You made that sound.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
35.
Yeah.
And then you see like the countdown.
Yo, I still use those. Those are my background music.
Yeah.
I remember when Black and Yellow was like posted on there, and it was like very hot, and we're like, this is Wiz's.
This is straight to the top.
He's good.
It's crazy how breaking music has changed though, because even I remember that was like the staple for a while. You know, but like, you know, in Arizona we never had a platform, so like, you know, it's just dope that we have so many people that believe now. Like I always said it, man, like I believe in so many artists like Rocky Tirade, you know, the whole guild, you know, cats like you know, at the time Kyle Collins, Sincerely Collins, so many dope artists.
I'm gonna say Mouse Powell too.
I like that.
This is typically left from like conversations in hip hop in Arizona. My man Mouse is definitely doing his thing. That's why I say that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The hip hop scene. The hip hop scene in Phoenix is crazy. Like it's dope from like, you know, the lyrical side of shit, and then you got like the street cats. You know what I mean? Everything. Like we really have a overall dope scene here.
Yeah.
And like now I feel like it's more respected than ever.
And local shows are so much fun.
Yeah.
Because you know who's performing. You know, there's nothing blocking you from saying your music's dope. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, that's what's up, you know, so you get to like connect with the artist right away, and you kind of know them, you know. It's just more fan interaction. It's dope.
It's dope to see an artist and give them an opportunity, even if it's like somebody they've never, you know, no one's never heard their music, they've never performed, and you help them give that opportunity, and you see them grow. You know what I mean? Like there's so many artists. It's in the beginning of RTU, Respect the Underground, cats like J. Rob the Chief, who was just like literally his second or third performance in his life, and you're like, yo, this guy has talent, and he was like 18, 19 years old, and then to see where he's at today, you know what I mean? So I mean, there's tons of artists like that. So it's just
how
great
does it feel, like being like literally a pioneer in the scene and watching it go from somewhat of the infancy to where it's at now? What is your, do you have like any viewpoints, perspectives, critiques? Like,
because now you're a key holder.
Yeah,
that's crazy you say that. I don't even consider that like.
But it is.
I've always just tried to like just make my way into the room. You know what I'm saying? Like I never imagined myself being called that, and a lot of people have been calling me OG lately. And I'm like, hold on, is it because I'm older?
That's a title of respect.
People that are coming in for you to interview them, they think, you know, they're thinking what you just said.
Yeah.
I just want to be in the room. I just want, you know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and I have done a lot, and I have worked with a lot of people. So it's crazy to look at what the Arizona scene is now from then. You know what I mean? Like the progression is crazy, and I feel like it's better than it's ever been, and like we're just getting started. Like I think Arizona or Phoenix, Arizona is definitely the capital of the Southwest when it comes to music.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, like heavy. You know what I'm saying? And Colorado, Vegas, New Mexico, like Southwest is serious, and Arizona has some of the most talented MCs and DJs in the world. Like straight up, like just DJing, Arizona got some of the dopest DJs in the world.
cats like you, Element, Z-Trip.
I don't even put myself in the category as those guys. Like M2,
No, because it's like
M2,
like
incredible.
It's like a tree of different DJs and
Yeah.
different avenues and skill sets they bring to the table, and that's what you meant to say.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
I'm just blessed to have my name brought up in the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
And how you're saying like Arizona as a whole is
Yeah.
like, you know, just starting off. What does that mean for Icon Radio? Like, what's next?
Man, you know, Icon Radio is just a big part of a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a platform to play so many records around the clock. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have a certain time of the day or week that we can only play stuff.
Yeah.
It's independent music, so there's less rules, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. So we take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And we're able to do a lot of things that other traditional radio stations cannot do. You know what I'm saying? And plus, with the age of the internet and technology, there really is no difference based on like where you're at. Because if you're in China and you want to listen to Icon Radio, it's on the internet. You know what I mean? It's on an app. You know what I'm saying? So I think it plays a big part, especially in Arizona, because it's just another piece of the puzzle. And now, like, it's really growing outside of Arizona to where, you know, like I said, we have artists from all over just looking for a place to get exposure. And being the Icon Radio is an independent station, dedicated. It's just another platform.
So you guys aren't gonna sell out?
As far as what?
Like, you're not gonna start playing like, I don't know. Would you play like, would you keep it to hip hop, or would you start playing like poppy?
So, no,
Arizona
definitely
stuff?
not that. Definitely not that. In our live mixes or when we're live, you know what I mean, I let my DJs play whatever they want to do. If they want to play a new Drake record, go ahead. But as far as rotation, like in daytime rotation, we're strictly independent. You know what I'm saying? And I want that to stay that way because of many reasons. You know what I'm saying? There's less copyright issues and things of that nature.
You do what you want.
Right, we do what we want. If I want to play Rocky's record 3 times in a row, no one's gonna tell me I can't
Definitely
do that.
Maybe like another time. Just
Yeah.
to make sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, with Icon Radio, we have an opportunity to create rotation of new records. So if Rocky has a new record, and Trap House has a new record, and Angelo and Nano have a new record that just came out, like right now, Richie Evans just dropped, Sincerely Collins just dropped. So those records you're gonna hear, like you would on an FM station where you hear like the main records.
Oh, right.
But also, yeah, not so much, but also you're gonna get a classic record. You know, you're gonna get one of Rocky's old records from, you know what I mean, Put It On Wax. You know what I'm saying? Which comes on at least once a day or maybe once every other day, along with a brand new record from Sincerely Collins, maybe a new futuristic record. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. The hip hop festival coming up.
Yeah, November.
How poppin' are your DMs where people are asking for a spot?
It's nuts.
Already?
It's nuts.
Already.
Put it like this, man. Like,
you guys have a spot for me?
you know, we opened it to 2 days now, though.
Yeah. So now you can.
A little more breathing room.
Does that alleviate some of the pressure?
Yeah,
like, trying to like
big time.
make this one show crack off. You can spread it out.
Exactly.
That's like a festival, or like a multiple day event.
Right.
That's
Do I need a wristband?
Right?
Got you. Don't worry. Got you.
Do I need a 2-day pass?
Yeah, right.
How does it work?
No,
This is Saturday. This is Sunday. Like,
I only have a Sunday.
If that alone is crazy to see how that grew from year one. The day Justice brought the idea of the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, I looked at him and I said, "You're crazy. Like, I get where you're going with it, but there's no way we're gonna pull it off in 5 months. You're crazy. Let's just chill and let's start planning for next year." He was like, "No, we're gonna do it in November." And I was like,
it was
actually, it was
so
in October.
ambitious.
Yeah, I think it was in
so
October
ambitious.
that year, so it was crazy. Like, he's nuts. Every year he says something even more nuts, and then this year, last year, he said we're gonna go 2 days, and I was like, oh, here we go.
You were just waiting for it. You're like waiting for what was. You're like, it's pretty calm right now. I wonder what he's coming up with.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, it's literally like a 6 month out, every day planning and building. You know what I'm saying? And promoting.
When does the stress start?
Oh, it's already gone.
So you're just not sleeping anymore.
I know Justice isn't getting much sleep at all with his kids. Have you seen the coffee he drinks? He drinks Annihilators.
Crack.
Yeah, he can call him
I do like straight
I'm
black
not that
coffee
crazy
already.
yet.
Like, that
I know
sounds
what
nice.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Dutch Bros.
I could only have half of the half of an what? How do you say?
Annihilator.
Annihilator.
It's so
because it's so strong. I'm like, oh, it's like Adderall. I gotta do something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a free workout.
It's
Yeah,
crack.
like
It's super crack.
I'll finish a little bit and I give it to someone else. Here.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do this.
Water in it.
You know what's crazy though is because we've done it for almost 5 years now that it's almost like okay, there's protocols and you know what I'm saying how things are supposed to be done.
It gets better every year.
Yeah, and we have a strong team, man. Respect the Underground team is so strong, and like everybody on it is a blessing to have. Like we really have a strong team, and we couldn't do it without everybody. And now with Icon Radio a part of it, it just adds the radio side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now the Icon Radio staff is
Full
a
circle.
big part of the Arizona Hip Hop Festival now, to where like now we have one of our shows. You could host the stage. Now you're over here hosting the stage. You know what I'm saying? So we're really planting our feet down, not only in Arizona, in the Arizona hip hop scene, but you know the Southwest.
That's awesome. And to wrap this up, we were talking about this earlier, but I was like, we're gonna save it for this time. Any advice for young people just trying to get it in the industry?
Yeah.
Like, what do you look for if you can give anyone a chance?
I'm gonna say this, and I actually wrote this down because I wanted to talk about it. I made a post today that said DJs champion artists like all the time, but is it the same on the other? You know what I mean? Vice versa. Meaning, are the artists supporting the DJs?
No.
Exactly. So
I've never heard an artist say, "Yeah, this is my favorite DJ."
Right.
Listen to him.
If you think about that, you know what I mean? Like that kind of, you know, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And then when you want something, it's not as easy. You're not going to get it as easily. So what I say is, I don't need nobody like waving my flag all day, but like create a relationship, especially if you're a new artist. Like with Rocky, he already knows. He makes a hot record, he sends it to me. You know what I'm saying? And we know the drill because I know he ain't sending me nothing unless it's ready to go. And I know that like, okay, I'm dropping a new Rocky Tirade record. But artists, if you're new, make relationships with DJs. Don't just show up in the club and be like, yo, my record's hot. Like that's disrespectful. You know, get to know a DJ. If that's the case, offer him a drink. Be like, yo, man, my name's so-and-so. Yo, can I get you a drink? Yo, here's my card. Can I send you something? When you approach a DJ
like
that way,
I want to say yes right now.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, it's more like, you know what, and being the lane that I'm in, like, if you approach me that way, I'm absolutely going to do something. I'm probably going to help you out.
Or point them in the right direction.
Exactly.
Be like, hey, I can't do this right now, but just work on this, you know, just give them a little bit of help.
If you don't believe me, come at a DJ like DJ Flavor. Sideways like that.
Yeah,
see what happens.
DJ Flavor.
Shout out to my guy
putting
Flavor.
up with that at all. Shout out to DJ
no.
Flavor one time.
Yeah, that's another guy right there. That dude works hard,
triple
man.
OG right
Yeah. But yeah, just create a relationship and get involved, man. Like instead of going on Facebook and social media complaining about what you feel isn't happening for you, why don't you get involved? Because there's a lot of things happening. You're just not involved. So number one, get involved.
DJs are not means to an end. They are, but they aren't. What I mean is, they are the backbone of the community. And like I say, all my shows respect the DJ. Like this, they take the risks and go out there and break these new artists and put their reputation on the line.
Are they though, Rocky?
People like you though. I mean, like DJs like you.
Like there's only one of me.
I'm gonna let you do this one though. Go ahead.
But like, and that's the thing. And again, you know, we don't have. That's not our culture. Is for DJs to break records because we're not in Atlanta, we're not a Miami, a New York where you know what I mean. Mano sends you a new record, you want, yo, we got the new Mano. It's not like that. So you're even taking more of a risk by putting your reputation out there by vouching for something
and your
that
job
that's
may or may not be.
Y'all are warriors. That's some Titan shit right there.
But that's again why a lot of DJs won't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking more. I'm not thinking like station DJs because now it's. You can't do that. Everything's
exactly.
But I'm thinking about club DJs.
And see, that's another thing too. A lot of artists aren't educated on that. Like people want to go in and talk about FM stations. Like, yo, how come FM don't support the city? And I'm like, you gotta understand, like, there's stuff, there's corporations, and all this and that. Your record isn't gonna bring in millions of listeners. I'm sorry, guy. Like, you're not Chris Brown. But
that's to say, like, why would you put instead of putting like I don't know. Some random ass show from Netflix or some on TV.
An independent film.
Yeah. Why would you put my YouTube on there instead? Like, your YouTube is not gonna draw in the crowd that some random This Is Us is gonna draw in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and that's the thing too. A lot of artists just aren't educated or aware of that type of stuff. And salute to the DJs who take time to reach out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta salute, you know, cats like Bootleg Kev, you know what I'm saying, who's been a staple in Arizona hip hop, who lives in LA now, but is still working with cats. You know what I'm saying?
He still lives here.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's still involved. So, you know, cats like him really, you know, putting it out there like that for him. You know, other cats, you know, DJ Mad Rich is another one who will go out of his way to break a hot record. So it takes
Marvel, the Poker Face.
Yeah, DJ 3, you know what I'm saying? My core DJ brothers. But again, there hasn't been a lot of guys to step out and do it. So we're still kind of brand new with it, man. So we're still growing. Shout out to DJ Charlie, man. He's breaking a lot of records out of here too, man. He's only 18 years old.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Next episode, we're gonna have just DJs in here defending themselves. No, but I totally agree with you because I've never seen someone like a local rapper or, you know, yo, check out my favorite DJ so and so at this club this weekend. Just go and hang out. Like, you know, no one's doing. I've never seen that before. Yeah,
you know who does do that though? And I'll shout him out. You had him on the show, Dan G. Dan G is a guy who will. When I was in Scottsdale every week, he'd come by and at least come, you know, say what's up and buy me a drink or just chill, and then he'd go across to the other club and say what's up. You know what I mean? So
say what's up to all his DJ friends. Just touch base, you know.
Yeah, you know, he's a social guy.
Show face, yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. You got to be out. You got to show your face. You know, like if you don't show your face, people aren't gonna get familiar with you. But get familiar with the DJs. Create a relationship with promoters, people like you. You know what I'm saying? Radio hosts and people that have specialty shows. You got to start somewhere and then build your network and be humble, man.
Be humble.
For real.
Sit down.
Can't wait to see what all the DJs have to say about this. No, but I agree. I completely agree on that.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys though, and I appreciate what you're doing here with the this program and you know, providing more exposure. Because at the end of the day, all these artists want is exposure, and for you to use your time and your ideas and your resources to do that. That's a big thing.
Yeah, it's I'm sure you know, it's time consuming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gotta get the right people.
Oh, I'm going to work right after this. I got videos to edit, interviews.
He's like, is this over?
This is dope though. I like this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but thanks for coming, and then thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, glad to be here.
All right, thanks everyone.
I appreciate it, man.